Hello, this is Dave for That's Us Gaming, and welcome to Dave's Ramblings, where I basically talk your ear off about things I find interesting. Now, it's officially been 1 year since I started doing Dave's Ramblings, with my first episode being Sega and Sonic. First, I would like to thank everybody for the support and the views. It's meant a lot to me, it really has. I'd also like to thank Kai for actually editing the videos. So, I thought it would be fun to look back at some of my old videos that I've done, and seeing that my work is very much my own opinion and a lot of it is quite off the cuff, I thought I would see if any of my own opinions have changed from when I recorded said episode. So I've put together a list of my opinions that have changed from doing the first episode to now over the last year. So number one is Switch Online. Switch Online is Nintendo's stab at the online subscription market. At first, I was a defender of Switch Online, and I was citing that the low price and access to classic games was a good idea. But quite frankly, the service is a bit wank. That's about the best I can put it. I have to admit that the Nintendo games are a bit boring. Apart from maybe 3 or 4 games, they've been done to death. Honestly, I thought having a list of a Netflix-style service of NES games would be good, but there's just so few. And to be honest with you, so few I actually care about on there as well. And a lot of them are really arcadey, you know, and I don't go for arcade. I don't like the endless loop and just ridiculous difficulty spikes. But not to mention, trying to play Smash Online results in ridiculous slowdown. I've only had a few games, and to be perfectly honest with you, it was awful. Now, bearing in mind, my games consisted of 2 one-on-ones, which, let's be fair, a one-on-one should not result in slowdown like that, and the other one was a 4-player. They have support for up to 8 players at once. So, I mean, this is really, really awful, especially considering like games like, I've never had problems with games like Splatoon, for example, or ARMS when I was playing the betas on those. You know, there was no problems with online. But to be honest with you, I'm glad it's cheap, because unless they start adding the rumoured GameCube games, I'm not going to renew it at all. Number 2, lazy remasters. Now, while this is mainly true, Onimusha HD came to my house, pulled its trousers down and slapped me in the face with its giant balls.
Oh my!
And proved to me that an incredible game is still incredible, even with the most minor of tweaks. Now, I honestly don't remember this game being this good when it first came out, to be honest, but the sword play is fantastic, the difficulty is bang on, it's not too hard, and it's not too easy. I like the sort of risk-reward with managing your items and thinking, oh well, maybe rather than using the items, I'll save them for, you know, a boss. Not that there's many bosses, but you know, save them for harder enemies possibly, and just harvesting the lesser enemies for yellow orbs to sort of heal yourself. I was actually thinking of going back through the game and trying just that, to try and keep my yellow orbs, you know, topped up, and keep my items for the depths of hell and stuff like that, so I can try and get the ultimate sword. But it's nice as well because it makes a nice change to the usual first-person shooter remaster. Now, number 3 is Fallout 76. Now, it's no secret that I was never a fan of the idea of Fallout 76 anyway. The idea of like an MMO Fallout survival game with no NPCs sounds awful. But when it was announced, I honestly thought that they would have a runaway hit because, quite frankly, it's Bethesda and it's Fallout. I didn't like Fallout 4. but the amount of people telling me that I'm wrong, stupid and stuff like that, I thought the masses will absolutely lap up Fallout 76. Holy shit, they could not have made any more of a mess of this game. I mean, I wouldn't even wish this on EA or Activision. Okay, maybe I would, but still not Bethesda. I won't go into depth here, as you can always check out the video that I've done, but between fluffed orders, bugs, awful tie-ins that have just been really bad, currently losing nuke codes, having players find a secret dev room and then banning said players for getting items. It's just been PR nightmare. There was another one where they managed to have a bit of a data breach on its server. So yeah, it's really just been one nightmare after the next. And if I could predict anything, I think this year I can see that game going free to play, and that was something I honestly did not think was going to happen. Now, lastly, yes, I couldn't make it all the way to 5. It's gonna have to be 4, and that's your lot. It's Pokemon Go, and now this one is a bit embarrassing and hypocritical. Now, I've actually left my video up as a reminder to myself not to just wail on something without doing a bit of research. But the long and short of it is, I stopped playing Pokemon Go before Generation 2 came out. And all through the video, I call it rubbish. I say that nobody still plays it. And then no more than 3 weeks later, I downloaded it because I found out a work colleague is playing it. And now, I think every single day from that time, I have been on it. I honestly don't think I've missed a day. In fact, thanks to the new trade system, I have completed my original Pokemon Pokédex, the Kanto Pokédex, and that's all 151. That's including Mew, and I've got a sizable chunk of Gen 2 and 3. Now, saying that, the business for grabbing Sinnoh Stones for Gen 4 is a pain in the ass, and I think I might address it in a future episode. But it's essentially, you have to play the game every day, fill up a weekly challenge, and even then you're not guaranteed to get a Sinnoh Stone. Now, a Sinnoh Stone is used to evolve Pokemon. People like Rhydon, who had a 3rd evolution in Diamond and Pearl, you use this Sinnoh Stone and like 100 candies to evolve them. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's annoying because I have so many that I can evolve, and I just don't have these stones. I mean, don't get me wrong, maybe that's the point, is they're trying to keep people engaged with it. But yeah, I'll wrap it up. But basically, it's a pain in the ass. But saying that, so far I haven't got bored of the game. And the new Adventure Sync, which is where it tracks your movements even when Pokemon Go isn't there, by using, I believe it's Google Fit. I'm not sure what the Apple one is called, but basically it sort of syncs with your Pokemon Go when you open it then. And I mean, I've been hatching eggs all the time. It's been a hell of a good rate, and that keeps me engaged with the game then. And everything they've added has made it feel worth having again. Things like fights, friends, trades, presents. They make it a more rewarding experience. It feels like the game they should have had originally. Again, I'm not a massive fan of the drip feeding of Pokemon, especially considering there's only a few from Gen 4 that have been released. You know, I want to keep catching them. I want to have things to do, not just the same stuff over and over. But anyway, that's my list. And again, I want to thank everyone again for your support. I've decided to keep doing fortnightly videos, so I've got time to properly script them. Like now I've got my script, but I also just go off on one like I'm doing right now. And then also it's for Kai, so he has time to actually edit them. And yeah, here's to many more years of you listening to me whinge and moan, and thank you so much for listening. Bye.